In this video, I'm going to go over each of the elements to the load monitoring dashboard so you have a better understanding of how to utilize this and get the most out of this dashboard on a regular basis. I am currently under the Sports Science tab and I have clicked on Load Monitoring Dashboard, and I will collapse that just to give myself a little bit more room. I have two options here. I have Select Questionnaire or Individual Questions. This will prompt me to select a questionnaire that I've built out and have saved in my TeamBuildr. This will allow me to select any questions that I have saved in my TeamBuildr account, regardless of what questionnaire they appear on. For the initial demonstration, I'm going to select a full questionnaire, and in this case, I'm going to select Daily Cues. This will load up this view for me. Starting on today, I can select this calendar to pull up a different day and time if I want to go back and review previous data. I have the option to select any group that I have loaded into TeamBuildr. And in the current view, I have football as the selection, and that will give me an average across everybody in this group. I can also go down and select individuals, and it will showcase the 7 most previous results to this questionnaire that they have entered. For now, I'll stick with the entire group, and over here to the right, you'll have all questions selected from this questionnaire, or you can select individual questions, which would prompt you to select a new set of questions, and you would rerun this report. I will go over that in a little bit, but what you can do is file down your results on the table by using this checkbox system. You will always have volume load and exertion score available to you, regardless of what questionnaire or what questions you select. Below that, you will have your questionnaire or questions you selected populated for you to be able to toggle on and off. The volume load will always be a bar in the background, and that is the total volume lifted within a weight room session for the day. Your questions will always be a line on the graph, and you can hover over this to showcase what the average in this case for each question is. And if it were an individual, it would show you the individual results for each of the questions asked on that day. To the left, you'll have a spider chart, which will populate the daily average results per question. It will also populate the 7-day average for the team. And if we go back to an individual result, it will populate the individuals as well. Down below, you'll have a data table as well as a pie chart where you can select different questions and evaluate athletes at certain thresholds. If I were to select this red part of the donut chart, it's going to populate the 2 athletes in this case that have a red distinction when it comes to their current RPE. So if you're looking to create a quick report on athletes that report at a certain threshold each day, you can quickly just click the coloring for that particular question, and it will augment this chart in a way that only those athletes in that threshold are being reported on. To get out of that, you can click the threshold right there, and it will bring back the total chart. And to select different questions, you can select that drop down and populate the new threshold. You can sort this chart by largest to smallest. You can do that for the 7-day and 28-day average as well for each of the athletes. And you'll always have the team average running along the bottom, as well as the total score of each of the questions you ask to the far right. Any values that you associate to any questions, so in this case, you can associate values to different answers when it comes to the multiple choice. So in this case, easy would have been a 1, medium would have been a 2, hard would have been a 3. That will always populate the averages at the very bottom, and it will factor into the total score as well. If I were to go and select an individual, it's going to populate this chart or this table down here for the 7 most previous responses that this athlete would have given. It'll give that range average, so this would be a 7-day average in this case, and each individual response, or volume load in this case, and each response here to the right. If I wanted to cross different questions from different questionnaires, I can select that individual question. I can go to current RPE, and I can cross it with how many drills did you participate in practice, and if you were assigned an extra running, how many sprints did you complete. If I click Run Report here, it's going to generate a new table with those questions. And again, I can file this down to view just the questions that I've selected in that previous page. This will give you the average for the team, and it will also give you the individual report as well based on their answers for those questionnaires. So you can look at an entire questionnaire first, and then if you want to customize it even further, you can pick individual questions and weed out any other questions or cross two questionnaire results against each other to get a better look at what someone is doing throughout the day.